Now, you probably heard the great TV series Quantum Leap, which if you have the app, you don't have to have Roku to get this, but it's called the Roku channel. It's a free app, and they got some great shows. They got House. I love House. And if you great series, if you haven't seen that, 8 seasons, one of the best medical shows, I think hands down, is House. The other is Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap, which basically a great concept in the show, starring two great actors, Scott Bakula and the late Dean Stockwell. Now, for a while time, we heard that they were returning, that we were getting a reboot, and I said, this is not going to work out well. It's not going to work out well. They're going to change a lot of stuff around. If you're spoilers, if you haven't caught this on yet, the way the series ended, which a lot of people didn't like the way they ended, Sam Beckett, he went back to save Al's marriage at a point where his wife was about to make the change to move on with her life because her husband was considered dead in Vietnam, but actually he was captured in the Hanoi Hilton and he was about to come home. So he was able to make right what once was wrong as far as that. And as far as what the ending credits went, was that he was still out there. Now, will it continue this way? It's hard to say. And from what I understand, and let's read into the pilot on here. The Quantum Leap sequel series pilot at NBC has rounded its main cast with 3 new additions. Caitlin Bassett, Narissa Lee, and Madison Alexander Park have all joined the cast of the project. They previously announced the cast members of Raymond Lee. Yes, and Ernie Hudson has joined the cast as well, which I believe he's going to play the Al character. I don't know how they're going to do this. In the follow-up of the original Quantum Leap, the new version takes place 30 years after Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the Quantum Leap accelerator and vanished. Now, a new team has been assembled to restart the project in the hopes of understanding the mysteries behind the machine and the man who created it. Bassett will star as Addison, a project leader at Quantum Leap headquarters, who operates a state-of-the-art technology to communicate with the individual traveling in the past, like similar how Al communicated with Sam via hologram of the original show. The pilot marks Bassett's television debut. She is a military veteran, having spent several years in the U.S. military intelligence and the National Security Agency. Lee will play Jen, head of security for Quantum Leap headquarters. Lee previously occurred in the long-running series Bosch. Her other recent credits was Impeachment, the American Crime Story, The Morning Show, Westworld, and CSI Vegas. Park will play Ian, chief architect of the Quantum Leap AI program. Alexander is a non-binary artist. You know what series she was in. He, she, or whatever you want to call him. They previously starred in a national tour of Hedwig and the Angry Inch and appeared on-screen shows like Cowboy Bebop, which was canceled, and the upcoming series The Sandman, which I won't be watching. Stephen Lin and Brian Winmart are writing the pilot and also will be executive produced under I Have an Idea Entertainment banner. Both are currently executive producers at NBC series La Brea, which I hate. Quantum Leap creators Don Bellisario will serve as executive producer. Doesn't mean he's in control. Deborah Pratt would also executive produce. Doesn't mean she will be in control, as will Martin Giro for Quintin House Productions. Universal Television will produce. Giro is currently under the overall deal at UTV. The original Quantum Leap aired for 5 seasons on NBC from 89 to 93. Scott Bakula played Sam Beckett, who found himself leaving life to life to strike put right what's wrong. Dean Stockwell co-star with Bakula as Al, an observer from his own time in the past, from his own time, who appears in the form of a hologram that only Sam can see and hear. Stockwell passed away November 2021 at the age of 85. See, the thing is that they're going to revamp this whole thing. And I guarantee you. There's going to be a lot of questions. Especially, what happened to the agency of the Evil Leaper? What happened with them? Are they ever going to appear again? And I bet they're going to flip flop. If they bring back the Evil Leaper, it's going to be a male Evil Leaper, guaranteed. They're going to change that whole segment around and just rip it apart. They're just going to rip everything apart. You know, I love the show. There were some great episodes in there, and they dealt with great topics. I mean, there's a whole episode where he leaped into a woman that was raped, and he had to deal with that whole situation. Then there was about being an elderly black man in a time of racism. And then there were some other great shows, the horror one, which, spoilers, you find out at the end that one of the young people in there was Stephen King at the time. You had the Lee Harvey Oswald, which a lot of people didn't like. I liked Marilyn Monroe. You had the where he leaped into his own lifetime, into his own self as a young boy, trying to change some things from his own past. You know, that was a double episode, which was really, really good. I mean, I can go through every episode, and it was a great series. You know, I mean, you added this situation where a guy created a machine where his essence itself travels through time and is able to inhabit someone else's body, while their essence gets transported to where he was. A complete swap out. And it was done, every episode was done very well. And it was like, there's some things you couldn't really explain, like the episode where they were in the sanitarium and he was about to leap out, and the leap got struck by lightning, and Al and Sam switched positions where basically Al materialized in the past in a full form, no longer a hologram, and Sam became the hologram. And that was a good episode how they explained. And then there was another one which basically he leaped into one story the same story in three different persons handling that same story in 3 parts of time, which was the one where basically I think it was a girl was accused of murder or something to that nature. And it was a very, very good story on that one as well. Well, we'll see what this is, you know, because basically, like I said, you know, and I showed you before, you know, the TTI, the think tank exclusion and equity sheet. You know, did you hire these actors for a good story, or did you hire them for their sexual preference and color?